What going to, man? It's your boy J Smalls. I'm coming at y'all boys with another video, man. And today we're reacting to WNBA stars have lost their mind. Now, all of us know, you know what I'm saying, the shirts they were wearing, and things of that was going down at the All-Star game, and maybe even the festivities too. I'm not too sure. I'm sure it was just an All-Star game though, but I ain't gonna lie. You about to get into all of that this video, man. But if you did click on this video, I truly do appreciate you for watching. Feel what I'm saying? Hopefully you're having a fantastic, incredible day. And shout out to Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to be here, allowing God to be here, and just everything has done for us. Truly, thank you, Jesus. But with all that being said, man, without further ado, let's see what these WNBA stars talking about, man. Give it up!
Players didn't think a recent meeting
pay us what you owe us
with a late October deadline looming.
Like, I'm made a statement some crazy over the stuff that people be saying whenever they saw this. Man, oh man, boy, oh boy.
Wearing these shirts, they read, "Pay us what you owe us."
But what can they pay
other
us?
Players in this league, and I'm sure a lot more would have loved to be there if they were in Indianapolis, and I think that's the most powerful thing.
Picture this: you work for a company that's never made money in 28 years, just lost $40 million.
Like, bro,
best year ever. And you
that's why I don't get
to
it.
Work wearing a shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna just tell y'all what I think. I know the video just started. I'm gonna just let y'all know before the video continues. My thing is, how are they gonna wear "pay us what you owe us" and talk about paying all that? What money can y'all possibly get? Where are they paying y'all from? What is their money coming in from that they can pay y'all more money? They have never, bro. They just lost like what, $50 million this year, or I know they lose at least $10 million every single year. And then the NBA guy got a percentage in their profit. So what money they supposed to give y'all? I mean, y'all got to make some insane numbers. Y'all got to be making dang near some like NBA numbers in order for y'all to get the pay raise y'all want. I get it. I get why y'all want to get paid more, but at the same time, I mean, y'all got to think too. They can't just plant money in trees and have that John fall and just give it to y'all, bro. They need to make some profit. They gotta do something. and like the thing is, it just doesn't make sense. It don't make sense.
Or pay.
Where do y'all think the money's gonna come from?
Well, that's exactly what happened at the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game, and the internet collectively lost its mind. But before you pick a side in this drama, you need to hear the full story, because there's a plot twist involving Caitlyn Clark that's going to blow your mind. So
oh snap, we got another Caitlyn Clark plot twist, man.
Whole situation perfectly explains why the WNBA has zero business sense.
They don't.
They're potentially fumbling away the biggest opportunity in sports
and that's
history.
fact.
So before we get to the content, my apologies, guys. I'm currently in Prague now, trying to get you guys the latest NBA news. So I apologize.
Where the heck
Make
is
sure you
Prague
drop, like,
at?
subscribe, and turn on our notifications, because nothing's gonna stop me from bringing you guys the latest news and
W
basketball
grinder,
to your
though.
device. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Buddy. All right, this is a little bit more of a comfy chair to sit in. We've been covering the pay issues in the WNBA.
Y'all was let me know if y'all want me to check to any of these videos anyway.
For the past 3 years, and it's definitely an interesting situation. Prior to Caitlyn Clark entering the WNBA, the major drama that was surrounding
best Gatorade right there too. That cool blue Gatorade be gas,
was how much these players were getting paid, and the fact that the product just wasn't really that entertaining. Take this podcast clip from one of the WNBA's biggest stars, Kelsey Plum, just 2 years ago, in regards to how she feels like the players in the WNBA should get paid.
In the NBA, they have percentages of revenue shared for the players. You know, if the owners are making certain types of money, they get that as well. In the WNBA, that's not the case. We are not asking you to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking you to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Got it. So that's a huge misconception.
That's a huge misconception.
Got it. Okay.
For sure. Yeah, and this is bizarre.
Wait, the WNBA has never had one single year of profit?
WNBA has always been subsidized by the NBA.
Like, bro,
the WNBA's biggest
if the WNBA can't even stay on its own feet, what makes you think y'all can get a pay raise? Y'all can't. The WNBA cannot even.
The fact that the product was not that entertaining, which has resulted in some very interesting theories as to how to improve the product, such as when Shaq suggested.
You already know the theory now. Common sense.
Stars.
I think if we just lower the rim so y'all can dunk like we dunk, that'll give y'all more oomph than you already have.
No.
I don't see a lot of people going up with two hands and, back.
Oh, it's coming. My next child will be drop step dunking, I promise. I'm still thinking about
it. And it wasn't just Shaq that recommended lowering the rim, but also Tracy McGrady.
I've been playing basketball on a 10-foot hoop my whole life. So to move it to 9.5, it's going to take a long time to get used to that. And then also, we're only playing basketball to dunk? I'm not sure.
No, you playing to...
you just want to see me dunk on somebody? I don't know.
Eventually, the WNBA got their goal.
I mean, I see both sides, because it's like, the women are probably going to feel like they're getting, babied in a sense. And playing on 10 foot your whole life to 9 foot, that is a pretty significant difference. Significant difference. But I get both sides, where Tracy McGrady or just anybody in general. I remember when that was a conversation to lower the rims, you know what I'm saying? Do that.
Ratings for the WNBA in a way that we could have never anticipated. And the way they decided to thank her was very interesting to say the least. Now, the reason why we're bringing this up again is because on July 19th, 2025, something unprecedented happened at the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis. Every single player, and I mean every single one, showed up to warm-ups wearing identical black shirts with white spelling out, "Pay us what you owe us." This wasn't some spur of the moment thing either. These players had been planning this protest.
I wonder if every single one of them genuinely believe that it's possible.
They called a wasted
at least as of right now
in CBA negotiations just 2 days earlier. And get this, the crowd of 16,000 fans started chanting "Pay them" so loud during the MVP ceremony that players actually got chills. Nafisa Collier, who won MVP that night and is also the union VP,
she is nice.
Explained
I had no clue in the world.
We get a very tiny percentage of all the money that's made through the WNBA, which obviously is through our entertainment, the entertainment we provide, and so we want a fair and reasonable.
Well, I don't. Well, okay. When it comes to stuff like this, I don't know the percentage of what they're getting. So, quite frankly, I don't really know how much I can give my little 2 cents and my input into this particular part. But yeah. I don't know.
And here's where this gets interesting and why I said that there's zero business sense involved. But first, let me show you the numbers that had social media absolutely roasting these players. The internet was brutal. One viral tweet did the math. The WNBA is negative $50 million this year. So 50 million divided by 153 players equals $126,797 per player.
This is one of their best years statistically, and they're still down 50 M's. I don't want to say it, bro. Are we ever going to see the WNBA ever make profit, dog? And it's still one of their best years, and they have legit Caitlyn Clark, one of the hottest, if not the hottest athlete in sports in general right now, the most influential, whatever you want to call it, bro. Most influential, the hottest, whatever. And they're down 50 M's, bro. I mean, quite frankly, they don't know how to promote. They don't know how to do business. They don't know how to do. I'm lost, bro. I mean, if they make a profit this year, then or last year, now I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They're just cooked. The WNBA might just be fried, bro. I'm gonna be honest. The year that we see them make profit, I don't know if that day is ever gonna come, especially at this.
Need to pay what they owe.
At this rate, I don't know.
User said that imagine being an employee at a company that has never turned a profit,
and that's just common sense. That's just
and that's not even an exaggeration. The WNBA just completed what they called their most successful season ever, and they still managed to lose $40 million.
That don't even make sense.
Record attendance, record viewership, record merchandise sales, and they still couldn't make money. Now here's the breakdown that'll make your head spin. The WNBA brought in $200 million in revenue, up from $102 million in 2000.
Dang, they doubled that, John.
Right? Wrong. They somehow spent $240 million to generate that $200 million. You remember how I was consistently harping on the fact that having chartered flights didn't make sense for the WNBA? Yeah, this is where it comes back to bite them. But wait. It's even worse. The league has been around for 28 years and has never, not once, turned a profit. Their total losses
So y'all just focus on the wrong stuff. Y'all never been profit. You know what I'm saying? And the moment y'all have one good season, or I don't know how long they'll be doing that, but the moment y'all have a year where y'all bring in $2 million, y'all decide to go big boy. All charter flights. Y'all must forget, buddy. Y'all are not the NBA. Y'all do not have the bag like the NBA. Y'all don't have that NBA bag. The NBA can do that. Y'all cannot. NBA can do private jets, private. Oh, they do and all that. But brother, y'all don't have that yet. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got to start from the bottom and work your way up to that. Okay, there's other things that are more important. Now, obviously, the quality is trash. Not being able to have trying to. I need to stop pausing. The video's already 10 minutes.
The NBA basically keeps them alive
13 minutes
with
to
a
go.
$15 million annual allowance for operations, marketing, and facilities. Plus, the NBA owns over 42% of the league.
Dang!
Let me be fair here. Before 2024, the WNBA genuinely wasn't popular enough to justify major pay raises. Just listen to this Shane Gillis joke at the ESPYs.
Four-time WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players.
The crowd literally fell for it because nobody knew any of
that. Is devious. I thought she was an actual player too. If I was a WNBA player, I'm her, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yay players. But here's where it gets interesting. Dave Portnoy, and trust me, he's not exactly a WNBA fan, made a crucial point about those financial numbers. The finances of the league are a mess, tied in with the NBA and purposely murky. The owners don't want to say how the league is doing because then you gotta pay more going into the bargaining agreement.
I don't even know what
and
that
now
means.
These players want what exactly?
Speaking a whole nother language to me.
WNBA players get 9.3% of league revenue.
How much does the NBA players get? That's what I want to know, so I can actually compare the difference. That's what I want to see.
That's
oh, it's much lower. Dang! NFL and NHL players also get roughly half of all the revenue. Okay, well, I want to say I'm going to say, but at the same time, since they're in so much, like, the WNBA is legit and so much profit loss and all that, and they never had profit ever, I don't really know how smart me saying they should bump that up would be, so quite frankly, I'm not going to say that. Somebody let me know down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think.
All players. NBA players get 50% of their league's revenue.
So okay,
WNBA players.
That's nice. That's smooth.
Just want NBA money from a league that loses the NBA money each and every year, which is why fans have suggested that the WNBA is just a glorified tax write-off for the NBA. Now you might be thinking, Mike,
maybe the players have a point about revenue sharing.
You know what? Maybe they do. But here's what really exposes their lack of business sense, and that's how they've treated the one person who's actually bringing in.
I mean, they probably do because 9% is super low, especially if, like most other of the top, like, you know what I'm saying, leagues are 50%. I mean, yeah.
See, this story is going to make you question everything about how this league operates. Caitlyn Clark didn't just impact the WNBA in 2024, she basically saved it. The numbers are absolutely insane. Indiana Fever games with Clark averaged 1.18 million viewers. Every other WNBA game, 394,000 viewers. That's a 3x multiplier for one player.
Dang!
19 Fever games topped 1 million viewers. Only 3.
I ain't gonna lie, but that's how you know the WNBA has no business sense or whatever. The way they're treating Caitlyn Clark don't even make just any player in general makes absolutely no sense. But her, she's basically saving the WNBA. Bro, if I am the person that controls like all the business stuff of what gets put out, promoted, and blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying, that I am pushing Caitlyn Clark so hard. She is literally going to be the women's Michael Jordan. I'm talking about, y'all know how everybody was trying to, you know what I'm saying, be like MJ in the 90s, or MJ was everywhere in the 90s and he was getting pushed so hard and all kinds of stuff around the NBA. That's what I'm doing with Caitlyn Clark. She's going to be everywhere. Anytime you see the WNBA, most of the time, you're probably going to see Caitlyn Clark. Well, I'm sure most people think of now, when they think of WNBA, I mean, they think in Caitlyn Clark. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I do. But, bro, I'm pushing her face out so much. Like, that I don't understand why they're not doing that. If you know I'm not saying you rig anything for her. I'm just saying you promote her. Because the fact that, like, and it's not like she doesn't deserve it, because she very much does deserve it. And you know what the fans want to see and what the fans like. And she's one of the best players in the league on top of that. And it's only her second year in the WNBA. Do you know how much potential y'all have just off of her alone? That's not with nobody else. I mean, quite frankly, it's
games
common
hit
sense.
the mark all season. The Fever's total attendance was 643,343, a 182% increase and the first team ever to exceed 300,000 home fans. Her jersey sales ranked #2 in all of basketball. Not
like that right there. She got #2 in jersey sales in the NBA and WNBA combined. Combined.
NBA, but all of basketball, behind only Steph Curry and ahead of even LeBron James.
Ahead of LeBron is
the league made
crazy.
sure that 36 of 40 Fever games were nationally televised, more than some championship teams get. So you think that the league?
Hey, they deserve it. When you got a girl doing that,
make sure she was treated well, marketed properly, and given every opportunity to succeed. Well, you'd be wrong, because what happened to Caitlyn Clark in 2024 was a masterclass in how not to run a business. The treatment that Clark received from other players.
who runs the business of the WNBA? Because they're not doing a good job.
On June 1st, 2024, Kennedy Carter hip-checked Clark off the ball for no reason, allegedly calling her an expletive first. The refs initially called it a common foul.
How is that common?
Play, before upgrading it to a flagrant one later.
That's flagrant too. She has no regrets. You're disgusting.
Either.
After the Fever score, no Caitlyn Clark questions. Did she say anything to you? I don't know what she said.
You're disgusting.
I didn't say anything. That's enough. We're good.
Angel Reese was literally caught on camera celebrating from the bench when Clark got knocked down. But that was just the beginning. Marina Mabry shoved Clark to
I mess with her though.
bench.
I don't know if she was talking about her teammate, but
we're good.
I kind of mess with her right here.
Caught on camera
I don't know what she's doing that for though, so I mean, I don't know.
Down. But that was just the beginning. Marina Mabry shoved Clark to the ground in another game, and that got upgraded to a flagrant 2.
Thank you. I mean, some common sense.
Clark in the eye during the playoffs, giving her a black eye, and Clark averaged 4.2 fouls drawn per game, which is the top amongst rookies. And how did Clark respond? With pure class.
Yeah, I think everybody's physical with me. You know, they get away with
She
things
could be
that,
complaining and being so like annoying. Well, I mean, she can literally complain so much about what be getting done to her, and the fact that she doesn't.
Like, this is a very
that says a lot, bro. It
you
does.
Get pressure. That's just professional basketball. So
the racial dynamics became impossible to ignore. Asia Wilson said Clark's popularity advantage was a matter of black and white. Pat McAfee sparked outrage by saying this about Caitlyn Clark:
"This rookie class, this rookie class, this rookie class. Nah, just call it for what it is. There's one white." For the Indiana team, who is a superstar.
Clark.
I mean, I'm not saying the race does anything with it, but he ain't lying. It's Caitlyn Clark, baby.
Her privilege head on in Time magazine, saying, "As a white person, there is privilege. This league has been built on."
All right. I know I said this one time before. The fact that y'all been bullying her so hard, y'all genuinely think Caitlyn Clark has privilege because she is a white girl is blowing my mind, bro. There has been so much good white girls in the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? The span of however long they've been a thing, 26 years, whatever it is. If white privilege was a thing, how come all the other white girls, or at least some of them, or even one of them, has been... How come not one of those white girls has never been to the point where Caitlyn Clark is now, and she's only in her second season? Like, people, like, it don't make sense. Her being white has nothing to do with it. Bro, she was black. There's going to be a whole nother narrative regardless. She's just nice and entertaining, and no girl ever in WNBA history has ever played like her a day in her life. A day in any of their lives, bro. That's what it is. It has nothing with her being white, bro. I hate when people be bringing up the waist card with Caitlyn Clark. No. Show me another WNBA player that does what Caitlyn Clark does, bro. In her second season. And what she did in the first season. Nobody. Like, come on, bro. People act like there has not been good white players before. Super tough white
players. She consistently
I can't
called
stand
out
when people say that, bro.
People
just be bringing up what race has nothing. People just be bringing up race for anything nowadays, huh?
disappointing and it's not acceptable. So let me get this straight. The WNBA has one player who's single-handedly responsible for tripling viewership, breaking attendance records, and driving merchandise sales through the roof. And the league's response is to let other players treat
the way they treat Caitlyn Clark, that people are not going to want to watch their product.
But here's the kicker that really shows you how backwards this whole thing is. Caitlyn Clark was the #1 overall pick in the 2024 draft that saved the WNBA's 2024 season. She made $76,535 in her rookie year. Her 4-year contract is worth $338,000. Victor Wembanyama, on the other hand, the #1 overall pick from the very same
0.7% of it,
made $21 million in his first year with a 4-year deal worth $55 million. Wemby earns 163 times more than Clark. The current WNBA salary structure is a joke. The minimum is $66,079 for rookies. The average is $102,249, and the supermax is $249,244.
That's a supermax, 240.
The entire team's salary cap is $1.46 million, less than what most NBA bench players make. But granted, the WNBA season is about 2.5 months. And this is why about 50% of WNBA players still play overseas despite the risks. Diana Taurasi made $1 million in Russia, 14 times her WNBA salary. Brittany Griner,
where's the money coming from in Russia though? $1 million? Oh,
$600,000 for a 4-month season in China. Players can make $175,000 to $600,000 plus overseas compared to their WNBA paychecks. Now you might be thinking, okay Mike, the salaries are low, but maybe the players have a point about getting more money. And you know what? I actually agree with that. But here's where their business sense completely falls apart, and why this protest shows they have no idea how to actually get what they want. The current CBA expires on October 31st, 2025.
What is a CBA? Somebody explain me this. I don't know.
Literally right after the finals ended. They're seeking what they call a transformational change. Here's what they want. Salary caps of $4 to $5 million per team and individual salaries up to $1 million. That would be roughly triple $1 million per team and individual change. Here's what they want. Salary caps of $4 to $5 million per team and individual salaries up to $1 million. That would be triple or quadruple their current levels. Now
where the heck is that money coming from? Team's cap is like what, 1.5 mil? Y'all trying to bump team's cap up to 45 mil? With what money? That don't sound very smart if you ask me.
Compared to the players, this is the first time in the league's 28-year history that they've had real leverage in CBA negotiations. For 25 plus years, the league has dominated these negotiations. The league's popularity has skyrocketed. TV ratings have gone through the roof. Ticket sales have increased. Jersey sales have ballooned. The WNBA is objectively making more money than they did 5 or 6 years ago.
Caitlyn Clark injuries strengthened players' union seeking larger piece of financial pie.
Meeting in Indianapolis included all of the young stars. Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, alongside the veterans. Brianna Stewart didn't hold back. It was a wasted opportunity.
Brianna Stewart, she nice. You know, she nice.
Based on their most recent proposal, we just aren't able to get to a place where we're actually even talking about the same thing. Our first offer and then their counter was like black and white. Their commissioner painted a rosier picture, calling it constructive and saying she was really optimistic that
commission be blowing me, bro. I ain't
get something done that would be transformational.
Some of the things
but she kept emphasizing that they need to balance player compensation with team profitability. Here's where players show that they have absolutely zero business sense. They're demanding NBA level revenue sharing from a league that's never made money. But instead of
that's just common sense, though. I don't even think that's like.
Look at what actually drove the WNBA's success in 2024. You don't have to be a genius to figure it out. It wasn't the veteran players who've been there for years. It wasn't the established stars. It was one rookie, Caitlyn Clark, who brought in millions of new fans.
If Caitlyn Clark dropped out the WNBA right now, the amount of loss of viewership would actually be disgusting and so sad to see. It would be mind blowing, bro. Like, imagine she was hurt for a whole season. Boy, that all the progress they just made, that's coming to a halt. Believe that.
Players treat her, they let her get bullied, minimized her impact, secluded her from the Olympic Games, which could have been
was disgusting, the fact that they even did that
product, and made everything about race instead of basketball. Charles Barkley called it out perfectly.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlyn Clark thing up any worse if they tried. There's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
What's bad is instead of
that's what it all comes down to, man. At the end of the day, them being jealous that they're not in her spot.
Now, here's where they could actually be a reasonable middle ground. What if the league just paid players enough money so they don't have to go overseas? That could be a massive win-win for everyone. The WNBA gets to keep their salaries relatively reasonable, players get enough money to stay in the US full-time, and the league gets to keep their talent here year-round to build the brand. Meanwhile, Clark made $11.1 million in 2024, but only $100,000 came from basketball. The rest was from endorsements. $28 million from Nike over 8 years, deals with Wilson for signature basketballs, and various other sponsors. That's the business model right there. Instead of fighting over revenue from a league that loses money, focus on building individual brands that can command serious endorsement money. But instead, they chose to alienate the one player who proved it was possible. But here's the plot twist I promised you at the very beginning. There's actually a massive opportunity coming that could change everything if the players don't blow it. Starting in 2026, the WNBA's media rights deal jumps from $60 million to $200 million annually through new
Hey, Disney, Amazon, I don't know what NBCU is. I think I heard that before, but I mean, hey, that could lead to some good progress right there, baby.
With Disney, NBC, and Amazon. Add potential CBS renewals and it could hit $260 million plus.
WNBA strikes it rich with $2 billion in media rights deals. Hold on. There might be life here. There might be life.
$40 million loss into a $100+ million profit overnight. Suddenly, those player demands for higher salaries start to make a little bit more sense. But here's the problem. If no CBA deals reached by October 31st, we're looking at the first work stoppage in WNBA history. The Toronto and Portland expansion plans get disrupted. 80% of players become free agents with nowhere to sign. Multiple All-Stars have mentioned that they're prepared for a lockout. The new
so a lockout was like legit actually might happen. Oh, I thought it was just like, you know what I'm saying, them just saying if it did, it might for real happen.
Unrivaled pays an average of $220,000 for just 10 weeks, showing that players have options. So let me break this down for you. The WNBA is sitting on the biggest opportunity in women's sports history. They have a media deal that can make them profitable for the first time ever. They have a superstar in Caitlyn Clark who's proven that she can bring in massive audiences. They have momentum, attention, and public support. And what are they doing? They're fighting over money that doesn't exist instead of working together to capitalize on the money that's coming. The tragedy of the WNBA is this is a league that has tremendous potential and a huge opportunity to
It does have potential now. I never thought it had potential until obviously no Glaze Caitlyn Clark.
They can't stop shooting themselves in the foot. The players showed their lack of business sense by wearing those pay what you owe us shirts while demanding raises from a league that's never made money. But more importantly, they showed it by treating their biggest draw like garbage instead of protecting and promoting her. Imagine if the NBA in the 1980s had less players beat up Magic Johnson and Larry Bird because they were getting too much attention. Imagine if they told Michael Jordan to apologize for being popular. That's
MJ was not going for that, boy. I ain't gonna lie, he would not go for that.
I actually think the WNBA players deserve more money. The salary structure is embarrassing, and with the new TV deal coming, there's a real opportunity for significant raises. But demanding NBA money while treating your biggest star like a punching bag and posting 28 years straight of losses, that's not business sense. That's delusion. The WNBA could learn a lot from how other leagues have grown. Focus on your stars, protect your marketable players, and build the brand before you fight over profits. Instead, they're about to
what kind of mascot is that?
Out as they're poised for their biggest breakthrough. So let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree with the WNBA players? Should they be getting paid more money?
Not yet. No, I mean I think you know it makes sense why they want to get paid more, but no, not yet, bro. Not yet. Y'all boys let me know what y'all think though. But no, not yet.
I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next up.
Hey, if you did say this on to the end of the video, man, I truly do appreciate you watching, man. If you do, or actually, if you have not yet subbed up to the channel, man, please subscribe. That will be highly appreciated. And if you do want to become a member of the channel, that will be linked down in the description below. But with all that being said, man, hopefully y'all boys continue to have a blessed day in Jesus' name. And I'm going to have to see y'all young boys the next time. I'm out of y'all.